Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaykum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are you, Imam Chebli?
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We thank Allah, Brother Arif. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I just want to make sure everybody in YouTube Live can hear us and see us, inshallah. I'm just waiting for a signal from somebody to give us the confirm that they can see us. I think they will.
Alhamdulillah.
All right, I think they see us. All right, do you guys see us? Omaima, if you see us in the chat, just go ahead and say that you can hear us so we could get started. Alhamdulillah. All right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. ISCJ community, Imam Hamad Chebli, how are you today?
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We thank Allah, Brother Arif.
Alhamdulillah. So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We pray everyone's doing well and in good Iman, inshallah, as considering the circumstances and the situation that we're in. Before we get to you, Imam Chebli, there's a couple of things I just wanted to mention to the community and all our watchers. They're on YouTube Live right now. I'm mixing up my words right now, forgive me, Bismillah. And those that will watch this later also, not everyone's going to watch this online live right now, but inshallah other people will watch it. I think our last few sessions that we've done, we've had a lot of YouTube views from what everyone's telling me. So alhamdulillah, inshallah, we want to provide content that is relevant and useful to our blessed community. Yesterday we had Imam Soheb Web on. Tomorrow we're going to have Shamil Malik on. He's going to do a story on the Sahabas. And later this week, we're going to have a mental health webinar also with two very well experienced and credentialed mental health professionals from our very own community. So that's going to be later this week on Wednesday. And make sure you guys are subscribed to all the ISCJ emails, the social media, on the WhatsApp group. That way you know what's coming up, inshallah. Today, we're doing a special session here. We want to get to know our beloved Imam Hamad Chebli a little bit better. We think we all know Imam Chebli, and we do in a certain way. But I think we could peek under the covers and get to know Imam Chebli a little bit better. But again, before we get started, there's a couple other things that we want to do. We want to thank the ISCJ community. Without you guys, ISCJ is, we can't do anything. The community is ISCJ, and ISCJ is a community. And that's a statement that Imam Chebli made earlier today to me. And I just felt like I had to repeat that on his behalf. Sorry, Imam Chebli, if you were planning to say that, I apologize, but it was such a good statement that I had to say that right now.
Jazakallah khair.
Again, as we're trying to be role models, we're trying to be good Muslims with good etiquette, the best etiquette and the best adab and manners. And make sure that we're checking on our neighbors, make sure that we're checking in with the township and that we're abiding by all the state mandates, the federal mandates, and the local township mandates, where we want to be, again, the best Muslims that we can at all times, not just when it's convenient. So please keep that in mind, right? We want to ensure the safety of our communities, and ISCJ staff and the committees are working diligently behind the scenes to ensure that the necessary operations continue to run in this new environment that's going on. Alhamdulillah. All right. Imam Chebli, I'll open the floor here. I know it's kind of different for you. You're used to being up in the mimbar on Jummah Khutbah, and during the 5-time salah, you say things to the congregation. You give us nasiha and advice. I'll give the floor to you. What do you want to say to the community? It's been a while since you've been able to speak to them, and this is your opportunity. So say what's in your heart and what's in your mind, inshallah.
First of all, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Yes, I miss the community. I am not seeing them. I am not hugging them. I am not shaking hands with them. Just to follow the law of the entire world, not only in the state of New Jersey. The community, mashallah, is very great. They accommodate me, accommodate my wife, accommodate my 6 kids. They raise them up in the masjid. They give them the help with all the means. And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in this kind of contact, "Man la yashkuru nas la yashkuru Allah." Roughly meaning, the one who didn't say shukran and the word thanks to the people around him or her, maybe that person will meet Allah without able to say thank to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Going back again to your statement, Brother Arif, Jazakallah khair for all the service you are doing on behalf of the Islamic Society of Central Jersey, not only to the Muslim, but to the non-Muslim too in the same time, from the political issue to the local issue. Yes, I did met coming in and out the house after this thing with many non-Muslim neighbor in the area in Richard Road. Alhamdulillah, we greet each other, we talk to each other, and I believe we are taking care about each other.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Imam Chebli, can you give us some advice on how do we stay strong and keep our Iman and our spirits high during these trying times?
Wallahi, Brother Arif, the best advice I can take it from the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, especially in chapter 2, Surah Al-Baqarah, in the long verses in the Quran Kareem, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "Fear Allah and Allah will teach you." Yes, we fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a good time, in this kind of time, in this time of the disease spread all over the world. We have to be strong. We have to support each other. We have to go again to our smiling in the face of each other, give hope. Nothing will stay forever. Everything was created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and everything has a time to come, time to leave. But we as a human being, we have to rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then rely on each other. Rely on each other, talking to each other, exactly as you are saying now. We are physically and spiritually, and through your smile, alhamdulillah, with the entire community, Muslim and Muslim, and for all over the world, I believe they can see us. We are here to rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Alhamdulillah. Imam Chebli, talk us through your typical day now, right? Before, you were always within the walls of the masjid, and now you're not. Is your role as an Imam changing? Or how has it changed, maybe? Help us understand that. How are you dealing with that?
I appreciate your statement, and I think that was the community see their servant, not as an Imam, their servant as Hamad Ahmad Chebli, to serve them inside the masjid, through the Saturday school, Sunday school, Nur Liman school, Quran Academy, karate class I attended, Boy Scout. Yes, I have to be with the community in all the other occasion, marriage, janaza. That is my way before this virus was spread, and we have to abide the law of the state to be with the family inside home and do it. But besides that, yes, there are a couple occasions I have to leave the house just to be with the family and to serve them. And alhamdulillah, recently we have a very small marriage happen in one of the town of the New Jersey, only 5 people, and we have a big janaza, but we were able to be with the family. My typical days, alhamdulillah, my 5 times of prayer inside the house. And maybe you ask me, Imam, the house is just, the masjid only across the street of Richard Road, you can walk? And I said, no. The minute we said the masjid is closed, my 5 times of prayer inside my house, just to abide the law, the government law, the state of law, South Brunswick, what you call it, police law. We have to be. During the daytime, I am on the phone, I am in the internet, I am receiving the messages, I am returning the call of hundreds, calling according to my cell phone and the internet, and respond to all these things, which means my life didn't change at all. But wallahu a'lam, instead to be inside door of ISCJ office, I am in the home serving the community according to my ability, with the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and give me some little strength to seek help from my daughter, from my wife, from my children, when I need more to learn about the internet and about what you call it, the media. How can I be with the family? Alhamdulillah.
Thank you, Imam Chebli. So that you bring up a good point here, right? So we do want to give credit to your daughter, Sister Marwa, who's your technical support and help set all this up in your house. So thank you, Marwa. Really appreciate that. You talked about the house and that you're there, you have the support of the family, and you're talking about you're still busy in different ways. So how is Sister Mona handling you being in the house full time now?
Sister Mona, all the time, the people as her sister, I don't like to mention any sister close to her, all the sisters in ISCJ, they like her, she like them, especially in Ramadan when she make the salat, to them, and she send the mint during Ramadan, we have big garden of mint, they ask about her. Now she is saying, oh Allah, I thank you by bringing my husband back home to stay with me, to see him during the day. I can feed him, I can give him the water. She already give me the orange juice, just to drink when I'm talking to you. She is here, but the point is here, I am not communicate with them physically, less than couple, yard in the same house, just to protect them, and they protect me. But alhamdulillah, she is very, very happy to have her husband indoor, not in the door of ISCJ, but in the door of the house. And this is a good sign from Rasulullah Sallam when he was with Aisha and Salama and Khadija. They have to be very close. And I wish every husband, if you allowed me, Brother Arif, 1 second, I wish every husband be the best to their spouses, to their daughter, to their grandchildren in this kind of time, because everything happened to us, something good will come from it. What will come good from this between me and my wife and my kids, just to see each other, talk to each other, and maybe discover each other, Brother Arif. Many times we don't discover each other as husband and wife till we became closer, day and night, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, Imam Shibli, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so for the audience, we're gonna transition a little bit. We're gonna ask some fun questions here so we get to know Imam Shibli a little bit better. And I want the audience also to ask me questions in the YouTube chat, okay? But we're not taking fiqh questions, okay? That, if you want to talk about fiqh and all those type of things, you send an email to Imam Shibli and you'll talk to him one-on-one. If you want to talk to him about, fiqh and religious matters, imam@iscj.org. But for now, we're going to play like kind of a talk show segment type of situation, and we want to have some fun. So I'm also keeping an eye on the YouTube chat. So if you guys have any good questions, put them in the chat and I'll make sure I'll ask them. And if we have too many, don't worry. We'll do episode 2 then if we have to. So don't worry about that. If we don't get to it today, but let's have some fun now and let's put a smile on the community, right? Because the blessing of being part of ISCJ and the Central Jersey Muslim community, it's the sense of feeling and the fellowship and brotherhood and sisterhood, right? And it's amazing. We have people from all different ethnic backgrounds and all different type of whatever you want to call it. And the melting pot that makes ISCJ and the Central Jersey community so special, alhamdulillah.
Brother,
Imam?
before
Yes.
you go further, I am ready to answer any funny question under one condition. The condition is, once Rasulullah ﷺ was traveled with Abu Bakr and Siddiq, Ridwanullahi alayhi, both of them, from Mecca to Al-Madinah. Somebody stopped them on the way and he asked Abu Bakr and Siddiq, "Oh Abu Bakr, who is this man with you?" Abu Bakr as-Siddiq Ridwanullahi alayhi said, "That is a person guide me, hadi yahdini tariq." Then Abu Bakr as-Siddiq Ridwanullahi alayhi said to the man, "You ask me about who is this man. Can I ask you, who are you?" Prophet Muhammad sallam asked the question, and the man said, "I am from the water, a name of a tribe, living in Iraq. Ana from min ma, I am from water." Then before Rasulullah sallam start talking, he said, "I am too," which means before you ask me any funny question, I have to embarrass you and ask you the most funny question. I just discovered it after you stay in your home. Why you make your mustache wider than what I know about you? Is this the order of your wife or the kids, or maybe you don't have time to shave your mustache?
I just don't have time. I did the best I could real quick. So the
Okay.
community doesn't say that, hey,
I
because
am
then my
ready to
wife
answer
will be
any
like,
funny
hey,
question you
doesn't.
ask me now.
Thank you, Imam Chebli. All right, so we're going to get down to it. We're going to get, and actually, it's not necessarily funny. We genuinely want to get to know you better because we all love you, right?
We are
So,
here. We love you too, inshallah ta'ala.
inshallah, Imam Chebli, if you weren't an imam, what would you be doing?
Allowed me to go back to the three job the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam went through. Some of them before he was a prophet, and some of them after he became a prophet. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose him to be in those jobs. One of the first job Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam start in his early age, as I did. And Allah is my witness and my family witness. And up till now, they know me when I go back to back home to Lebanon to see my family. The first job Rasulullah was, he was a ra'i ghanam. He's a shepherd, was taking care about the sheep of his family. And he used to say, Kuntu ar'a ghanama ahli ala ajyad. I used to collect all the sheep from my town, Mecca, and take them to the mountain. This one narration. Other meaning, they used to pay me to do that. My grandfather was a shepherd. My father, may Allah bless his soul, was a shepherd. And I said to myself, if Allah does not put me, according to his knowledge, to serve the Muslim and the non-Muslim community, to be an Imam, graduate from Al-Azhar University, alhamdulillah, I will choose to be a shepherd, to take care about the sheep of my family. And we still have them in Lebanon. And Prophet Muhammad said, "Ma min nabiyyin illa ra'al ghanam." None of the Prophet of Allah became a prophet till they were taking care about the sheep. And I wish, to keep serving the Muslim Ummah as an Imam. It is too late for me to go to be a shepherd for my age, and I will leave it to you, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah. So you would be a shepherd. No, mashallah. Carry on the family tradition.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Imam Chebli, Muslim people, they love to talk about food all the time. Halal food. And I'm getting a lot of questions here. They want to know, what's your favorite dish?
I will make it very short to myself. And my favorite dish in three stage of my life. When I was a single, before I went to Egypt to live there in the university, my favorite dish was made by mother. Call it Lebanese dish or Arabic Bedouin dish, not Arab dish, Bedouin dish. Then after I get married, 1979, I used to go every Friday to visit my mother-in-law. She is a good cooker. I cannot see any lady, include my wife, I say it on the air, any lady in the world cook better than my mother-in-law. May Allah bless her soul. She used to feed me very well. But after I came to America and start have the experience working with all the human beings from all over the world, especially the subcontinent, my favorite dish is the real biryani as in subcontinent, and my other favorite dish as an Arab, I think no other dish better than the kushari of Egypt. I lived there 4 years, I eat kushari, and I have to honor the Palestinian brother, not only because we are in the night of Isra and the Mi'raj and Al-Aqsa and 27 of Rajab. I love the falafel made in Palestine, not in any other world. And God, knows what is my intention now, inshallah.
Very good. All right. So we got a subcontinent dish and the Arabic dish. You're very politically correct, Imam Chebli. Very good. So what's your favorite American dish?
American dish? I believe for my dinner, not dinner tonight, but I have to eat fast before I come to the on air with you. My wife prepare a tuna halal sandwich, seafood, just to feed her husband before I be on the air.
Tuna. Okay. But is that your favorite?
This is what I have.
So no pizza, no hot dog, no hamburger?
Anything can give me as halal, I will never say no after I wash my hand one time before this virus. But nowadays I have to wash my hand 5 times before I start eating, just for protection.
All right, alhamdulillah. Good answers. All right, we're gonna stay in the food and drink category right now. So we got a question in here. Is that this question is actually from Mubashir Dar, your good friend Mubashir Dar. He's saying he has never seen you drink coffee or tea.
That is the really thing give me many trouble in my life, and I have to admit it. And a personal story, my father, may Allah bless his soul and bless the soul of all the fathers and sisters who passed away. He used to make the tea and the coffee by his hand for the guests. This is our tradition. You don't have the tea made by any company. They made the tea by their hand in the house, and they serve the guest before the meal, the real meal. And subhanallah, brother Arif, during all my life, I never come near to the coffee, neither in my early childhood or maybe when I've married and come to Egypt and come to America. I never, know what is the taste of the coffee. How it's happened, really, I don't know. But the tea, I used to drink tea too much, more than anybody think, include my brother Mubashir Dar. But one day I visit one person, and this is my advice to everybody, wallahi. One day I visit a chemical engineering brother from our community. No name, just because I don't have the permission to mention his name. I visit him in his office. Then he asked his secretary, can you bring something to the Imam as a guest? He got me a paper cup, plastic. That is insulting. When a guest come to you to give him a paper bag, I consider it not good. And he asked me, what do you like? Did I say tea? He brought the tea, then he asked, how many pieces of sugar? I said 4. He said, 4 pieces of sugar. You know the box, the old one? I said, are you bakhil? Are you not generous to give me 4? He said, no. He asked me my name, my age, my kids, my wife. And in the end of it, he said, Imam, I advise you in this age to reduce your sugar. Since that time, and brother Mubashir, maybe he monitor me not to drink tea. Since that time, I said to myself, Hamad, my name is Hamad, not Imam Chebli. Hamad, no more sugar through tea or through any other drink. And subhanallah, I try to, take it advice, give it to the people, minimize your tea, minimize your coffee, include the sugar, and inshallah, you will be healthy, inshallah ta'ala. But all my life on water, as you see me. My water 24 hours in my hand, just to drink, inshallah ta'ala, with some other halal, inshallah ta'ala, drink, and may Allah reward you.
All right, Imam. All right, I see you. You're back. Okay, good. Very good.
Alhamdulillah.
Imam, question. So this is a question from Sister Nancy. Sister Nancy is asking about biryani. You have to be more clear on the biryani. You like Pakistani biryani, Indian biryani, or Bangladeshi biryani?
I will take replace all those words to say any halal biryani, especially was made to me many years ago with my sister, the mother of brother Mubashir Dar. When I talk on the seminar and I said I like biryani, I like samosa because my daughter-in-law from India, and subhanallah, I like the biryani. She made a big pot of biryani, bring it to the office, a meeting of the board of trustees in that time. They find the biryani, they ate it and did not touch it. But the real biryani I ate it is made it by a Bustami rice. It doesn't matter is written on it Pakistan or India, but I need the word Haidar Abadi. Either from Haidar Abadi of Egypt, from India, or Haidar Abadi from Pakistan. I would like the Haidar Abadi biryani, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah. All right. Imam Shibli, we're getting a lot of questions. Do you like your biryani spicy or mild?
No spicy, no. I don't
No.
like the spicy, not for myself. I can eat spicy, I eat spicy. But when my beloved wife Mona with me and somebody invite us and she saw the spicy dish or spicy food, her eyes started crying without talking. And the people said, what happened to you? I have to release. I said, take the spice away from her face, she will be okay. But I like to avoid spicy food only for my wife, not for myself. But when I am alone, I eat as much as I can, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, because my daughter-in-law, Jasima Razak, cook the spice food for us, and we are very familiar with that, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, so I'm getting so many questions on food, but I'm going to take a pause. Let's change topics, and we'll come back to the food later.
Hungry, brother, please, let us.
Imam Shibli, all right. Can you name all 9 ISCJ Board of Trustee members?
Inshallah ta'ala, I will start right away with the brother Muhammad Ashraf, brother Muhammad Siddiqui, brother Majdi Hajjaj, brother Abbas Sheikh, brother Asad, Sister the Dr. Hiba Maqsood, and Sister Nicola or Nicole. I call her two names. And if I miss anyone, I apologize because, you know, and brother, your neighbor, Wasiyur Rahman, and Wasiyur Rahman, inshallah.
Very good. I counted 8. You got one last name wrong, but that's fine because I put you on the spot. You weren't expecting that. So the next question, the board member asked me to ask you this. Who's your favorite board member?
The first favorite member of the board of trustees during my life in ISCJ, he used to be my spiritual father. His name, Dr. Mahmoud Tahir. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless his soul. He is the one accommodate me in his house at 29 Richard Road. Then I moved to the other place, and Dr. Mahmoud Tahir was the father of the ISCJ in the time of Dr. Abd Hamid Babar and brother Murad Abu Sabah, the one who gave me the ride from Newark Airport to ISCJ. For the living member, may Allah give them long life. All of them are my brothers in Islam and sisters in Islam. I am very proud to serve them through my position as their Imam, inshallah.
Imam, did you ever play basketball?
I play volleyball because basketball, I get to learn it after I come to America. It was too late for me, but I have my neighbor Razwan. He has basketball in my backyard. I share it with his son Ali and Hiba. Sometime I play with my grandkids, you know, but not to compete with all those great men taller than me, inshallah.
Inshallah. Imam Chebli, do you know LeBron James?
I
You know who he is.
I wish to meet them.
What about Michael Jordan?
Same thing, inshallah ta'ala. But I have the opportunity with the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One day I was in my way to go to Hajj. I was able to meet a person more popular from both of them if they're still alive. And that was late Muhammad Ali Clay. I met him in the plane. Subhanallah, he signed some paper for my kids. We shake hands. I wish I have that picture, $1 million picture with the great trustee Muslim man, Muhammad Ali Clay.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. That's great. I like how you change the answer and not to the question. So the question that people want to ask is, who's better, Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
Let me maybe look at the coming what you call it, match between them to play, and I will give you the answer later on, inshallah ta'ala.
Inshallah. Imam Chebli, everybody loves your sense of humor. So I have this question come a couple times already in the chat that I see, is where did you get the sense of humor?
Really, I read too much about my beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, peace and the blessing of Allah be upon him. And one of the things which we take it as a religious issue, not only as a thing. Once a very old lady came to him and she said to him, "Oh Rasulullah, do you think the old ladies will enter the Jannah?" Rasulullah said to her, "No, because on the day of it," and the lady got upset. Then Rasulullah called her back to say, "No, on the day of Qiyamah, the people of the Jannah, all of them will enter the Jannah with the same age." This is one incident. The other incident, one person wanted to embarrass the uncle of Rasulullah, his name Al-Abbas. The uncle, and Abbas became Muslim later on, alhamdulillah. He asked Al-Abbas, "Oh Abbas, are you Akbar?" You know, when I went to India, everybody was talking to me, Akbar did this, Akbar built the palace, Akbar had 4 wives, one of them Muslim, one of them Christian, one of them Hindu. He never asked them to convert a word Akbar, which means great. And the person asked Al-Abbas, "Oh Abbas, are you Akbar or Rasulullah?" And Abbas cannot lie. He cannot say, "I am Akbar than Rasulullah," but he was born before him. He said to him, "He is Akbar than me, but I was born before him." This kind of, when you read about your beloved Prophet Muhammad, you will never ever meet your brother or sister without a big smile. And that is your slogan. I like that in Ramadan. Smile, smile, smile. By smiling, Allah will open your brain just to communicate with the people with a good way, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah. Imam, should we take a pause? Do you want to take a drink of the orange juice?
I will, inshallah. It was made by my wife. I like it, and may Allah reward you, inshallah.
All right, I see a lot of people in the chat, and I'm gonna get to those questions here. So, Imam Shibli, people want to know about your travels, but here's the question: is besides the Middle East, besides going to Mecca, Medina, Lebanon, where would you like to travel that you haven't been before?
Wallahi, anywhere, brother Arif, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me the opportunity to travel under two conditions. Condition number one, to serve the religion, to be a da'iyah. Anywhere in the world, except one country, I'm not going to mention the name, I cannot go there legally. I refuse to go there, and I have many invitations to go there. I cannot go there. Second thing, related when the people, I go with my family, my wife, my beloved children, we drove all over we can. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I never refused to go anywhere. I went to Guyana, as you know, 1996. I spent some time. I went only overnight to Arizona for a fundraising dinner before ISCJ fundraising dinner in November 1st, as you remember, which means anytime I get the invitation, I will go there. If it's not invitation, I put my family in this car. We drove all over. Alhamdulillah, nowadays, Allah bless us, as you know, with a pilot, full-time pilot. Khalid can take us free of charge, not free of charge, just minimum wage for his mother. Alhamdulillah, she will travel all over, and include Colombia. You believe it? The wife of the Imam with his daughter went to Colombia recently, beside Chicago, beside Arizona, beside Columbus to visit Ahmad, which means traveling is a part of my life. But I like to travel for ibadah, to get more hasanat, not as a tourist, God forbid, to be against my religion here or there. But I wish, and the people are listening to me, hearing me, if I can serve them in anywhere for da'wah, I am ready to accept their invitation, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Imam Shibli, I have a question here is, if you can have one pet, what kind of pet would it be?
Human being, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the beginning, He created them as He created all the pet Allah created. I focus about the pet and the animal and the bird and everything. But in the same time, Allah give us the ability to speak, to be in the media, to talk to each other, to have glasses, to look, to see. My 6 favorite pet, alhamdulillah, started by Ahmad, ending up with Marwa. Another 11, mashallah, smaller pets still under the age, from all the way from the daughter of Ahmad, Nala, all the way to the youngest one in Khalid house. We call it Jibreel. All those my pet. But if you are asking about the pet as animal to be with me in my house, I will take the cat, because that is Hirra. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said to Abu Huraira, I am going to change your name. You are the father of Hirra, because he used to carry the pet on his sleeve and come with the pet to the masjid. And that is Abu Huraira. Other than that, we have the birds, we have the fish, we have some other things. Mahmoud take care about them. And believe me, brother Arif, they put a camera in his tank. He feed them. Looks like monitoring them from his house, which means a pet is a part of our life, but not as a dog. I'm talking to my grandkids or my young kids of ISCJ, Nur al-Iman school, Saturday school, academy school, karate school, Sheikh Ahmed school, Hatahfaz school. Stay away from the dog inside your house. That is not accepted. You can have it outside in the shed, not in this time of the corona, but that is accepted because Allah created them and we have to honor them, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah. All right. Good. Thank you, Imam Shibli. So, Imam Shibli, we all recognize your energy, and you're never tired. You're always doing something 24/7, 365 days a year. So do you have a workout routine? How do you stay fit? This is a question from the community that I'm reading right now. How do you stay in shape, mashallah? Do you do like 20 push-ups a day?
I will start right now in front of you, inshallah ta'ala. I do that, inshallah ta'ala. Once a brother ride me with my car and he find a ball, a yellow ball in one of the door of the van, the Sienna, as you know it, And he asked me, why this ball in your car? I said, when I am alone, I keep pushing this ball in my hand at least maybe 100 times, 500 times every time. I can push it just to give the blood running inside the heart. This is beside the point. But my request and my order to every person younger than me, I can give order. Any person older than me, I give request. Keep praying your 5 times prayer on time. Number 2, divide your stomach for 3 parts. 1 part for the food, 1 part for the water, 1 part for the air. Number 3, stay away from the 3 white items. Not the human being item, no. 3 white items. Stay away from the bread, stay away from the sugar, stay away from the salt. Maybe the body need little bit. And the list is going very long. And let me refer to you to my teacher who taught me all this thing here in America. Her name is Sister Maymuna, the wife of Brother Salim Manzar. We went twice together to Hajj, and we spent more than 2 months with each other. Maymuna used to say, Imam, do this, don't do that. Do this, don't do that. And subhanAllah, this give me the feeling, Brother Arif, inshallah, to keep serving the society with full energy, not to show my weakness, except to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Ameen, ameen. Imam Chebli, people are asking, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Dad and Mom was able to provide us with more than 10 brothers and sisters. 2 of them passed away, the rest of us still alive. I have 4 sisters and 6 brothers, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give them a long life and happy life, and protect us and protect them, protect the person who asked the question from this kind of corona, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward the person who asked this person the question, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah. Imam Chebli, so obviously I know 2 of your brothers, Muhammad Chebli and Jamal Chebli. MashaAllah, may Allah bless them and give them strength to serve the community the way you serve the community, alhamdulillah. If you had to go and if you had to drive back to New Orleans, which brother would you drive back with?
None of them. No, seriously, none of them. Because subhanAllah, Brother Arif, 3 of us, every one of us have a different way to deal. I give you still background, and there's nothing except to learn from both of them. Brother Muhammad Chebli is the most serious person in my family. He is the only one used to sit down with my dad, because he lived with my dad. I don't live with my dad. I am away from my family since 1965, Brother Arif. Don't estimate my age. Since 1965, I was in boarding school in Beirut. I was in the university in Cairo, coming back to Lebanon during the wartime. 1982 came here. I know my family. My family know me as a guest. But Muhammad, Jazakallah khair, Imam Muhammad Chebli, the Imam of Dawah Center, and he was the Imam of Zubaydah, and he working today. See how many people in their house, Brother Arif? How many people are in house? Neither Imam Jamal or Imam Muhammad there in their house. They are inside the jail, serving the inmate 24 hours, as you know. But Muhammad, personally, because the reason I don't drive with any one of them long distance, Muhammad is very serious. If you don't do anything according to his way, you are out of discussion. Imam Jamal is very polite, very kind. If you tell Imam Jamal die, he will die. But this is the reason I don't like to drive with them long distance, but I like every one of them to have his personality, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah. Imam Chebli, I'm going to share a picture here, and I want you to tell the community what this picture is. Is that okay?
Please do so.
All right, so I'm going to share this picture. You see the picture, Imam Chebli?
Brother Arif, you put the tear in my eyes. This is a picture going back again to 1983 or 84, if I'm not mistaken. It used to be the Salatul Eid, Eid al-Fitr or Eid al-Adha on the lake of the Mexican Gulf from the side of New Orleans behind the levee. You remember when Katrina came and all this damage happened in New Orleans? And subhanallah, we used to pray between the levee and the water. And one of the occasion, maybe not this picture, but the other occasion, the rain was all around us, except the spot we are doing the prayer. After we finished the prayer, the rain stopped. And I give a credit to brother Safi Qasqas, brother Kamal Al-Jabi, brother, all the brother who served me, who helped me to be in New Orleans in that time. And may Allah bring peace in their heart if they're still alive. I know that Safi Qasqas is still alive, and his wife, Sister Eman, they come to this ISCJ more than one time in their life. But the rest of the people, I still communicate with some of them, the family of Judah and the family of Salem, and may Allah be with them. This is from New Orleans between 1982 or 83 for Salat al-Eid.
Alhamdulillah, very good. So for the community that doesn't realize that Imam Chebli was originally came to New Orleans first before he came to New Jersey. Alhamdulillah. So thank you to the Chebli family for sharing this great picture with us. And so I'm going back to the questions here. And one of the questions I see here, from one of your favorite people, Sajid Fahumi. Sajid Fahumi's asking you.
He is not Sajid Fahumi, he is Fahumi family.
MashaAllah. On behalf of the Fahumi family, Sajid is asking, did you wear a Jalabiya and a Cufi when you played volleyball?
Yes, I did. 1986 exactly. We used to have our graduation day in the park in Franklin Township. And in that time, we have the Mukra come from Egypt with his turban. And subhanAllah, it was Sunday. When I was with my big turban, with my Jalabiya, after we finished giving the trophy and all the gift to the kids, I saw a group of people playing volleyball. I put my big hat and my coat aside and I started playing with them as a volleyball. And alhamdulillah, I was the one to win the game among the six American from both sides, majority of them African American. Then from that time, the Muslim came, and I remember brother, the father of Tamer Fakhri. Tamer Fakhri was in my team and a couple of people, and won with the game, playing volleyball with my Jalabiya and with my hat, small turban. And I will give my Fahumi family other information. Maybe they can get the picture from the Six Flag. When I used to go to Six Flag, and I'm still going, I try to challenge any brother or sisters can ride the same riding I did. And one day, me and Sami Katovich, we tried to compete who's going to ride the new ride there. I cannot find a person taller than me or maybe in my size. I rode it by myself and everybody was screaming on me, you are going to die. But alhamdulillah, I survived that ride for the sake of Allah. Sport is obligatory. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, المؤمن القوي أحب إلى الله من المؤمن الضعيف وفي كلاهما خير. To be a strong believer with your knowledge, حفظ القرآن, with the sport, with giving, with everything, try to be strong, not to be a weak, inshallah.
Inshallah, thank you. All right, so there was a question from the audience I just saw that Imam Chebli, do you wear anything other than a thobe? So I found this picture here, and it doesn't look like you're wearing a thobe. So for the community that's wondering, is that, hey, look at that. Imam Chebli, do you see this picture? And do you still have that jacket?
I have the jacket, souvenir, I have the pant, I have my couple suit, looks like in that time it could be maybe $100 suit and jacket. I have them. And one day I have a brother come from overseas, and I think you met him, Brother Ashraf met him. He was with us in the masjid, and I took him a ride to New York, to the Six Flag, to the pharmacy of a brother Maqsood, because he bought some medication from his pharmacy. Brother Maqsood know him very well. Then, and this man, after the whole 2 days, he asked me, why you are trying this, having the thobe, not your suit or your ties? I said, no, my thobe intentionally, I don't want to give lectures to the non-Muslim. I don't want to give them da'wah by word. I want to appear from outside and inside, inshallah. Islam exists in America. And that is the reason I am putting the thawb in the synagogue, in the church, in the parking lot. And when I have to do the pant, inshallah ta'ala, I will go to the best store, buy the best one, because Prophet Muhammad said, Inna Allah Jameel, yuhibbul Jamal. Allah is beautiful and He likes everything to be neat and beautiful, inshallah.
Inshallah. Imam Chebli, I would ask you to take another drink from your orange juice. And then I have a very special question coming for you.
This is the second one. And third one, I will finish it, inshallah ta'ala.
Inshallah. We're getting a lot of questions. So this question is from your granddaughter. It's come in, I see it. Salma wants to know, when did you become an Imam?
I became an Imam before I was born, brother Arif. No, seriously. My dad, the reason asked us why you are 3 Imam in America or 3 Imam in Lebanon or 3 Imam, you be in the same masjid. I try to avoid that for the jealousy, for the ayn, for everything. But I will say to my granddaughter Salma, Salma, that was the wish of your grandfather, which you met him here in America with your grandmother. And that is the Ahmad Chebli, who not forced his 3 kids, but they said his wish to have somebody in his family not to be illiterate, but to know how to read and write and seek the Islamic knowledge to benefit the people before us in their grave. And alhamdulillah, since we were born, my father put all of us in that position to study, to read, to send us to the school, but officially to ask to tell Salma, the first salary I get it as an Imam, it was 1974. After I graduate from Al-Azhar University, and in other faith they get ordained. After I was ordained as an Imam, you know, I start my job in Lebanon when I graduate from Al-Azhar.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Salma, for that great question. All right, I have another good question that I see. This is from Muhammad Taran. Muhammad Taran is asking, which house did you prefer, 28 Richard Road or 29 Richard Road?
No, I prefer a house in the Jannah, as the wife of Fir'aun said to Allah in Surah Al-Talaq, Surah Al-Tahrim, Oh Allah, build me a house next to your house in the Jannah. Rabbi ibnili indaka baytan fil Jannah. But the memory, the family of Turan, the family of Katovich, the family of Hajj Abdurrahim Riyad, the family, which means they know me from early age. Yes, before 28 9 Richard Road, there is an apartment in Whispering Wood. I lived there 2 years. In Whispering Wood, I lived in Whispering Wood 2 years, and Khalid was born there. Khalid, 1987, was born in Whispering Wood. I love that apartment. 1 bedroom and another half bedroom. Then I live in 2 Melville Road, next to the post office. My kids walk from the house to South Brunswick School, we call it Monmouth Junction. They walk to Melville Road. Then Dr. Murad Abu Sada, when he was a president, he moved me to 29 Richard Road to live in the house of ISCJ. Dr. Murad Abu Dr. Abdurrahim Riyad, Hajj Abdurrahim Riyad, Zuhair Abbasi, and Dr. Mateen and Mahmoud Tahir bought the house of 29 Richard Road, and Muhammad Amin and my son Khalid looks like 2 brothers living in the same crib in their early age. That is the reason Muhammad Amin asked about, and he's called his mom Muna, besides his mom as Sister Safiya. May Allah build all of them, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. All right, Imam Chebli, I know we're in the audience. We're going to wrap up in a few minutes, inshallah. One question that we want to, actually, I wanted to share something here, and I want you to tell us about this picture. Because when I saw it, I was like, there must be a very good story to this picture. So I'm going to share that right now, and let's see what you say.
I will say, first of all, I will say, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. There is no God worthy of worship except one God, our Creator, and Muhammad is the messenger. This picture, brother, took place after 19 bullets were given to brother Diallo
Mm-hmm.
from Africa in the street of New York. And that man, I consider him as a shaheed. And myself, brother Alan Bowman, Hassan Abdullah, brother Oliver, many Muslims from ISCJ, we gathered together in the office and the house of brother Hassan Abdullah in Noah in Elizabeth, and welcomed the entire family of Diallo, his mother, his I believe brother, father, and couple member of the family. And this person, which I like, his smile, his smile is bigger than my smile. He was there and he adopted what I said to the audience. This is the family, we have to take care about them. And I believe we did. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to, guide him to the right path and guide us to the right path. Ameen, Ya Rabbal Alameen.
All right. Thank you, Imam Shibli. So I know there's still a lot of questions, and we're going to have to do another episode, but I want to get one more question because it's related to your family. And people want to know, what's your favorite game to play with your grandchildren?
I just received a very beautiful game. My grandson Ahmed, the brother of Salma, looks like he is inventor. He loved the dinosaurs. When he went to Turkey, he entered the store of the dinosaur, and the man in the dinosaur, he gets surprised. He is the only boy enter the dinosaur. He knows all the name of dinosaurs. And Ahmed play with dinosaurs, and I have here in my home about 10, 15 big dinosaurs. I play with Ahmed, with Dean, with Jibril when they come, just to let them know this kind of creation of Allah is gone, but we are replace them and to live, as a human being, not as a dinosaur only. I like to play with them, all their game, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah. Imam Shibli, do you have your turban and jalabiya with you next to you? Or is
Really,
it far?
I don't have it right now because when I find myself, I am late to appear with you on the air. I left it in the other office and I leave it to you, inshallah ta'ala.
Okay, I was going to ask you to put it on for us, but okay, we'll do that next time, inshallah. So, uh, for the people in the audience in the community here, we'll do another episode. We want to wrap it up. We're coming at the top of the hour, but I'm going to ask Imam Shibli to make a dua. Also, it's very important to make a dua for the community. And also, Imam Shibli, I don't know if you saw the email, but we had someone pass away in the community, and I'll mention their name so you can make dua, and everyone in the virtual room can participate and join in with the dua themselves, and also listen to the dua that you make. Uh, so before I ask you to make the dua, because once you make the dua, we will end the the session here. But I do also again want to remind everyone what we mentioned about earlier. Uh, is we're one community. Let's stay together. Let's work together. Let's support each other, our neighbors, our township, our state, our country. And we'll come through this crisis that we're in right now, inshallah. Um, we prayed this was a helpful session. Again, we're going to do more sessions with Imam Shibli, Dr. Ahmed, and others in the community in the days and weeks ahead. And forgive us for any of our shortcomings. And inshallah, we also want to share some good news in the upcoming days too, inshallah. So again, keep all the communities in our duas. Again, we're blessed to be part of Central Jersey. As I always say, hashtag one community. It's truly a blessing to be part of Central Jersey community, inshallah. And with that, I also want to say it's with great sadness that we heard the news earlier today that Brother Mahmoud Abdul Majid, the father of Dr. Ahmed Abdul Majid and the grandfather of Nur al-Iman students Yusuf and Rami Abdul Majid, passed away. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Imam Shibli, please, if you can make the dua for the community and for this family and everyone, inshallah, and we'll close with this. Thank you again, Imam Shibli. We love you and we appreciate your time. Assalamu alaikum.
We love you, Brother Arif, and let me request the community of Islamic Society of Central Jersey in particular, and the Muslim in New Jersey, and the entire Muslim world to please, please, please try to advise your imams. Try to advise those brothers who are serving you, because without you advising them or advising me personally, really, maybe we think we are doing everything correctly. But when we receive the advice from you, as Umar ibn Khattab, Ridwanullah alayhi, to say, Rahim Allah imra'an ahda ilayya ayubi. May Allah bless the person who look at me and find in me some shortcoming and give me advice. Advice can be publicly, advice can be privately. Brother Arif, provide the society with my telephone number, with my email, with my home address. He mentioned 2 addresses, 29 Richard Road and 28 Richard Road. Come visit us, but not now, after Corona, inshallah ta'ala. But I need your advice to renew my iman, renew my energy to keep serving you, inshallah. Upon the request of Brother Arif, before we close, let us open our heart to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and open our hand to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept our gathering through the media. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep ISCJ and all the activity of ISCJ providing to you to be alive till the day of judgment. May Allah protect our board of trustees, protect our overseas group, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect every individual, Muslim and non-Muslim, who are living in this difficult time. May Allah protect all of us, and especially for the family who their beloved Abdul Majid passed away. We say exactly as Brother Arif said, and the Quran said before, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, and let us make the dua, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن سار على هديه إلى يوم الدين. وقال ربكم ادعوني أستجب لكم. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا. ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا. ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به. واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا اغفر لنا ولوالدينا ربنا ارحمهما كما ربيانا صغارا. ربنا اغفر لنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان. ربنا ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم. ربنا اغفر لنا وللمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك يا مولانا سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات. ربنا اغفر لنا وللمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك يا مولانا سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات. A special dua, my dear brothers and sisters, to the family who are there, beloved passed away. May Allah give him the Jannah. May Allah be with his family, and may Allah grant him the Firdaus al-A'la. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Jazakumullah khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Imam Chebli.
Jazakallah khair.